Okay, this video is how do I generate a table of values for an equation on Desmos. So how do I do that using Desmos graphing calculator? So again, if there's a time that you can use Desmos, there will be a link to it on your screen, and you want to double click on it, and it will bring you to the graphing calculator Desmos. Now, first of all, I need to actually graph it first before I make the table. So I'm going to put in the function, and it must be in function notation. So f of x. So I'm going to press F on my keyboard, and then I'm going to call up the universal keyboard that we're going to use for, well, I guess I could have pressed it on here too. And going into the ABC, I could have pressed the F here, but I didn't. Okay, so just so you know. Okay, so now I need parentheses and an X inside. So parenthesis X, and close the parenthesis, and equal. So that's the function notation. Okay, now I'm going to put in the equation. And the equation that I used before to graph, I'm going to use the same one, and that was a negative 2x squared and plus 4x and plus 30. Okay, again, if I put two fingers on my mouse and I shift it upward, I'm going to zoom out so I can see the whole graph. Okay, I know what the zeros are by looking at the graph. We've already gone over that. But say it's telling me that I need to read a table to get the zeros. So, and I don't know about finding the zeros. I forget that whether it's the y-intercept or the x-intercept or what have you. So I click on the box below. Oh, sorry. And then I click on this plus sign. And I call up table. Okay. On a handheld graphing calculator, all I have to do once I've graphed an equation is press the word table, and the table will come up. Sometimes the table gives you more than what you can see on the graph, okay? So I have to change this y sub 1 to fx sub 1. So I'm going to delete the y. I'm pressing delete on my keyboard, and I'm putting in f and then parentheses and x, and then I need the sub 1. So on our universal keyboard on Desmos, I'm going to press the ABC. And you see right next to the numbers, it says A sub B. I'm going to press that. And then I'm going to put in the 1. And the 1 will appear lower. I'm going to close my parenthesis. Oops, I need to get out of there first, so I'm pressing the arrow to the right on my laptop keyboard, and it will move past the sub now, and now it will be normal where I press the parenthesis and close it. Okay, this is because the x sub 1's, the numbers I'm going to put in for x, you have to put in numbers for x on Desmos. On the handheld, you don't. The numbers come up and you can scroll up and down to find the zeros. For this one, I know that the zeros are between negative 20 and 20, so I'm just going to start out with, let's do negative 10. So negative 10, and wow, that's a very small number, negative 210. I want it closer to 0, so I'm just going to change that to be negative 5. Negative 40, still pretty far away. I want it a little bit closer than that, so I'm going to go negative 3. Oh, I'm right on 0. Well, I don't want that. I want to be in between there, so I'm going to go negative 4. So I'm at negative 18, and then my next one down, I'm going to put in the negative 3. I know that's at 0 because it came up before. Okay, and then I'm going to put in a -2, and now notice this goes from a negative to a positive, so that means that I do have 2 zeros. Okay, it's only if they're all positive or all negative, except for 0, that it is either no solution or 1 0. Okay, so I'm going to put in -1 here and 0. And it's still going up, 1 and 2, and oops, now it's going down. Okay, 32 to 30, it's going down again. So I'm going to put in 3 and 4 and 5, and there's my 0, and then I want one more because I want to show you the positive to the negative. Okay, so it will generate the y's. You can do this on paper too, but you have some figuring to do to get the y's, whereas I'm just putting in numbers for the x and watching what it does. It also, while I'm filling in the table, it puts those points onto the graph so I can see exactly where they are. Awesome sauce. Okay.